Hello everyone, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today, we will be taking a look at the brand new 1.9 update. With the new 1.9 update for Bedrock Edition, there are a lot of new blocks, mainly being the wall variations, the slabs, and then the stair variations of blocks that you see right here. And of course, there are new experimental gameplay blocks, which I'll get to in just a moment. But on top of those, there are a bunch of other changes that they made. Fixes to glitches, such as, falling from the sky when you spawn in and falling to your death. They have fixed that. They have also fixed slime chunks. I'm not going to go over the whole changelog. I will post a link, however, to it in the description below. But let's go ahead and take a look at these new blocks here. So we are starting with the granite. You can see its wall variation. We have our diorite, our andesite. Over here, we have our sandstone variations, which I think are very cool. It's definitely going to open the door to a lot more creativity with our builds. And as we make our way to the right, we have our stone brick variations right here. Our stone brick, our mossy stone brick, and then we have our brick, as well as our nether brick, and stone, and prismarine wall variations. So these are very cool. You can do a lot with these. Like I said, this is definitely going to open the door to a lot more creativity when it comes to building. Moving right along, let's go ahead and take a look at the new stairs and slabs. So you can see here, we now have mossy stone stairs and slabs, as well as the cobblestone variations. And this one right here, the stone stair and slab, I'm not sure if that's its official name. Let's go ahead and take a look. It might be smooth. Oh, stone stairs. Yep, that is what it is. Yeah, this is going to be awesome, because if you've made rocks in Minecraft, you know that we've always had to use cobblestone slabs, and sometimes they came out really funky. And later on in the video, I will show you these slabs and stairs in action, because I think it speaks more if you actually see it within a build. So we'll get into that later on. But moving on down the way, we have our granite stairs right here and slabs, along with its polished variations. Same goes for the diorite, and then the andesite. Next up are the sandstone variations of the stairs and slabs. And I do want to take a moment to pause here, because there are quite a few differences in the options that we have here. So if you're building in a desert, you're making some sort of desert village or anything like that, we do have a lot of options, and I will show you an example that I came up with in just a little bit. But if we take a look at the textures here, you can see we have our smooth sandstone stairs. That is sandstone. Here's the smooth sandstone stairs. So if we put them side by side, that's the new stair block right here, and here is the one that we've always had. So of course you can see the sandstone right here in the texture. So when it comes to building, this allows us to add a lot more depth to our build. So let's say we have a little hill like that, and of course we always had to use stairs and slabs, so it looked a little awkward kind of building around it. But with the new blocks in the 1.9 update, so we have our smooth sandstone right here. Let's go ahead and add some more, just like that. Put one here, and then now we also have variations of the slabs. So we can do a slab like that, and it kind of continues the pattern, making everything, well, nice and smooth like it says. So when it comes to adding depth, layers, and things like that, this gives us a lot more options, as I keep saying. And then there's also the cut sandstone slab. Now before, let's go ahead and take a look. So we have our sandstone, there is the smooth sandstone, and now our cut sandstone slab. Now if we go ahead and make this a full block, this was originally the smooth sandstone. So that block is now called cut sandstone, and now this is the new smooth sandstone slab. So there we go. And then of course, if we add this one there, we have a regular block of sandstone. So you can see all of its different variations right there. And the same of course goes for the red sandstone as well. And finally, we have our last set of stairs and slabs right here. So right here, it's now called smooth quartz slab and stairs. Now, in my honest opinion, I don't know if it's just the texture pack, but it looks like regular quartz slabs and stairs in my opinion. So again, we have smooth quartz slab, that is the new block. So if we take a look at it, we can kind of see it has that line in there. And then if we get a regular quartz slab and place it down, I really don't see much of a difference. Maybe this looks a little darker on the lines, so let's go ahead and separate them. And yeah, to be honest, I don't see much of a difference in these. Even from the side view, it looks pretty much the same. Like I said, I'm not quite sure if it's the texture pack. I am playing in the new beta texture pack that is free in the marketplace. So let's go ahead and place that one back. And then of course we do have our nether brick. This is actually red nether brick stairs and slabs. So we now have those variations. And then we also have our endstone stairs and slabs as well. So those are all the new blocks that are available in 1.9. But like I said, there are experimental gameplay blocks that we can use as well. But before we get into those, let's take a look at using these in some sort of example. For example number 1, I wanted to demo the new stone slabs and stairs, as well as the andesite, granite, and everything like that. So one thing that always bothered me in Minecraft is that I couldn't make a proper rock. So if you remember, we would always have to make rocks out of cobblestone slabs. And with the new textures and blocks, that eliminates that whole issue, and we can now make proper rocks. So I'm not the best rock builder, but this is what I made. So you can see right here, we do have our andesite slab, we do have our stone slabs, and then we also have an andesite stair right there. So in my opinion, it makes it a whole lot easier to make rocks. And not to mention, we can make little puddles in the ground here now. So we do have a stone stair and we have slabs down below. So we have a nice little shallow puddle that we can hop into. And to play around with the other stuff, right down below we can make a little excavation site or things like that, a crater, whatever you like to do. The sky's the limit with these blocks. So we can see our andesite, we have our stone slabs right here, and down below we have a little skull for the little excavation site, but what we have here is granite slabs. So it adds a lot more texture, a lot more depth to the build. And then of course over here we do have one of the new blocks, that is the grindstone, which we'll get to in just a bit. And also another feature in this new update is that we can now place some more items on scaffolding. So for example, we can place flower pots, mob heads, and things like that on top of scaffolding. So this is one example of the new blocks being used. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sandstone. For the next example, I wanted to take a look at the new sandstone blocks. So for those of you who saw my Endergate series, I was building in a desert, so these blocks would have been super helpful if I had them earlier on in the game. But they're here. Now let's go ahead and make some use of them. So again, we do have our sandstone walls right down here. And I do have a little bit of the experimental gameplay blocks in here. So we have the lantern. We have, I believe this is the Fletcher station. And then a bell. They've also added barrels, which I think is very cool because right now we are using the spruce trapdoors, but it's nice to have an official barrel block in the game. So we will get into those blocks in just a bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the blocks that we have here. So again, sandstone walls, and as I mentioned, we can add a lot more depth and texture to our hills. So you can see I do have slabs and stairs going all around my sand here, just to give it, like I said, just that little extra. It makes it look a lot more detailed in my opinion. Up top here we do have the cut sandstone right here, those slabs, and yeah, it just makes for a great build. And in here we do have the smooth sandstone. Just having all these different textures and variations, like I said, gives us a lot of options of what we can do. Now one thing I was just playing with, so let's go ahead, we have our sandstone wall, and I thought this looked really cool, but we can actually place slabs like that. And then we can make a fence, so just like this, and even that looks really cool. So yeah, again, just so many different things that we can do, and I don't think a smooth sandstone will look that great up top. I mean, yeah, that still looks pretty good. You can have like a nice little countertop or something like that. That would look really cool. And then if we step inside, of course, again, we can have flower pots on top of scaffolding. And this is one of the new flowers that we have here. And I did forget to mention those. So what we do have are 2 new flowers in 1.9. So let's go ahead and check them right here. We have the cornflower, which is what I have in there. And then also Lily of the Valley. So that's cool. They have given us new flowers. And yeah, just really cool. Before we move on to the experimental gameplay blocks, I almost forgot to mention, on top of the flowers, they've also given us our wood variations in signs. So you can see we have all of our different wood types here in its sign variation, and these over here are just a couple changes that they have. We can now place lava inside a cauldron, and then we can also place scaffolding on top of glass. So those are a few changes, and then these are the rest of all the new blocks that are currently available in 1.9. And finally, we can go ahead and take a look at the experimental gameplay blocks. So these are blocks that we can have in experimental gameplay. As of right now, these don't have any functionality, so I do believe these will be related to the new village and pillage update. Each one is going to determine, I believe, the trade of each villager, depending on which block is nearby from what I have been told. But if we take a look here, we do have a bell, we have our grindstone, we have our cartography table, fletching table, blast furnace, smoker, smithing station or table, and of course our barrels. And then we don't want to forget the lantern. This is what I'm really excited about. There are a lot of builds that this would be perfect for if you're just making a house. All you have to do is hang it to a fence post or something like that, like you saw in the last clip with the sandstone house. So I was playing around with the lantern some more. So this is the sev that we had for the sandstone house, but I was also wondering if it could hang down. And when I played with that, I mean, look at that. That is super awesome. There's like a little chain hanging down from the fence post, but unfortunately, it doesn't look too good hanging down from another one. And then we can't have it coming off to the side either. Maybe if we have some sort of solid block, we can hang it from the side. Let's go ahead and... Nope, that's not going to work either. But as you saw, I mean, this is really cool. So there's that, and it actually raises up too. So let's go ahead and put that back. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun using these lanterns once they're actually released. And then, of course, they have given us the pillager, which I think is really cool. I haven't even seen any of these yet. I haven't played around with beta or anything like that, so this is my first time seeing the pillager in person, so I think that's really cool. And of course we do have our crossbow, and then there are some new enchantments that came out with that as well. But like I said, I'm not going to get into all of that. I just wanted to cover the new blocks. So these are all super cool, and I am so excited about all these new blocks and everything that we can do with them. And yeah, this is a great little thing to have as we wait for the village and pillage update. So with that being said, everybody, this is the end of our video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I'm out. I'll see you later.